welcome to episode number 58 of the Nonsense Review. I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello everybody.
And today we were going to do another comparison episode, but we quickly found out that that was a no-go because one of the episodes was damn near an hour long. So instead we're doing Forever Red.
Yeah. In fact, I think the other episode was also over an hour long because it's meant to be a like a movie. So they were both big chonky ones.
Well, I didn't even do the first option. The first option was an hour and 50. The second option was the first half of a two-parter, which was 40 minutes on its own. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe not those.
Not both on the same day, anyway. But moving on. If you're familiar with the podcast, guys, you know what we like to do. We like to talk about our weeks and the world as a whole before we dive into our review. So, to that end, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, it's snowing up here. At the end of March, beginning of April, it really shouldn't be snowing, but here we are. And also, when I say the beginning of April, yes, it's April Fool's Day. So I started April Fool's Day by pranking the small child that we do a little bit of babysitting for by ringing him up and asking for a pizza in a funny voice.
You proud of yourself?
Well...
Congratulations, you pulled a trick on a small child.
Well, he's like 11, so...
That's small.
He's a tall 11. But out in the wide world, there has been a mod released for Tekken 7. It is a Elden Ring shaped mod, and the boss of Tekken, who is also the production general manager of Elden Ring, has come out on Twitter saying, "This is good, this is too good, please stop lol," because the mod is so damn good that it looks official. And the other one is the Will Smith incident, which I think is on the tip of everyone's tongues to the point that it's even on chat shows.
It's baffling to me why this occurred.
Yeah, because, these jokes are written by a writer, not by the comedian delivering them.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. No.
Okay.
But beyond that, a comedian's job is to tell jokes. They don't mean them. Well, most of them don't mean them. There's some mean-spirited people in the world. But the answer to a comedian telling a joke you don't like is not getting up on stage and slapping them.
No, which is why Will Smith was in tears at the end, because he realised that he'd lost control of his emotions.
Oh man, that dude's been fucked up ever since Jada did that really horrible thing.
Yeah.
I've seen that interview and it's like, oh, we're in an open relationship, but Will Smith is not acting like he is a man who is in an open relationship who wants to be. I don't like diving into people's personal affairs, but he has made it clear from the way he acts when it's brought up that he is not okay with it. And also, regardless of that shit, I don't think you should be fucking your friends' kids. Your kids' friends, even.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Rick, but I didn't even know the Oscars were happening.
No, absolutely not. The only thing that let me know that they were happening was the fact that this came up on Imagur for me and everywhere else for everyone else. And I don't even know who won anything. I don't care.
I don't care. Do you want to know why I don't care?
Go ahead.
Because much like with every year, any form of Academy Awards, apart from those specifically aimed at animation studios, always do the same thing, and that is superhero and nerd movies and animation and all the work that goes into those may as well be invalid because we don't see them as proper art.
Yeah.
Which I think is fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can see it with superhero movies that are part of a series because they have a lot of prior reading and you lose a lot of the meaning as a standalone product. But things like The Batman and Joker,
I don't think they lose their artistic merit just because they are part of a series.
Sure. Didn't Joker win a bunch of Oscars? Or Joaquin Phoenix won the Best Actor for Joker, didn't he? Cool.
He won Best Actor, but the film didn't get many nods apart from maybe the soundtrack because they don't want to give comic writers any acknowledgement. But fuck comic book movies. That's not really the main deal. Animation gets shafted year after year in everything. And because of that, voice actors and animators either get burnt out because they don't get paid well, because they don't get seen as being on the same level, and it's bollocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Disney is one of the only ones that actually...
No, they don't.
Okay. They pay their guys, they don't pay them superstar numbers.
They don't pay them well enough because if they paid them well enough, there wouldn't be such a hubbub on the Twitter and in other circles where animators do have a voice and they say, yeah, we get shafted regularly. We get told we need to be paid... we get told we need to do X amount of work, but we get paid as if we're doing Y amount of work, and Y amount of work is half the amount.
Yeah.
I don't think as many people would be vocally complaining if they were getting paid fairly, and I don't think you could say, oh no, Disney does okay. No, they don't. They just are better at making it seem like they are.
Yeah, they got good PR, and that's the problem with modern companies. Like, if something is bad PR, the first thing that they do is hire a PR person rather than, fixing the thing that is wrong.
I've forgotten the name of the actress. Scarlett Johansson is probably the most recent example for Disney, for speaking out and going, yo, I got fucking shafted.
But yeah, that's probably enough about me, my week, and things that I've noticed out in the world. How about you? How has your week been, and what have you noticed out in the world?
I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla again.
Ah, yes.
The crossover free DLC came out between Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It was very fun. I enjoyed it. If I want to... They have two iconic weapons from Odyssey now available in Valhalla, and I got both of them fairly easily. They're not very well hidden at all. And it sucks because I don't use swords or spears in that game, so they're just going to sit in my inventory forever.
Oh. Odyssey's the Greek one, yeah?
Correct, yes.
Cool.
But yes, crossover with Cassandra, and she is the very definition of a warrior woman, and I love it.
Yeah!
In other news, we're going to talk about it on the retro when it's all out, but I have watched the first episode of Moon Knight.
Sure. Was it good?
It was great.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Moon Knight. I just know the funny stuff and a surface level knowledge of his power set, and I think this first episode did a real good job of setting up the character, and I can't wait for more. I hope it maintains its momentum.
Yeah. Isn't the Moon Knight one the one where there's a well-known panel clipped of "Get out here, Mephisto, you big bitch" or something?
It's actually Dracula.
Dracula, okay.
Yeah. It's "Get out here, Dracula, you owe me money."
Yeah.
There's also a different clip where he's invading the Avengers mansion, and Spider-Man has to explain to him, "Listen, Dracula is not part of the Avengers. You need to leave." It's ridiculous. Out of context panels, I feel like even if they are in context, are always hilarious. Like there's one where Gamora is going all Thanos.
Yeah.
And Moon Knight is just like, oh, well, fucking blacked out there for a second. What's going on? And unfortunately, it's Spider-Man who he's dealing with, and Spider-Man's just like, okay, so basically Gamora's taken over the family business, and we need to fight now. And Moon Knight's just like, who's Gamora? It's my favourite one most recently is he throws one of his like weird chain star things. It's not quite a shuriken, but it looks like one at Spider-Man, and Spider-Man catches it. He just goes, oh, this is cool. Do you buy these or do you make them yourselves? And Moon Knight just goes, it's mine. And Spider-Man just goes, yeah, but I'm holding it, so it's mine now. And it just cuts to Moon Knight's face, all like, how old are you? It's hard to tell how much of the comedy is coming from Moon Knight and how much is coming from Spider-Man.
Yeah, totally.
But yes, speaking of Spider-Man, I am meant to be watching Morbius tonight in the cinema. And yeah, despite all the bad reviews, I'm like, it can't actually be that bad. And if it is, at least I can laugh at it. So it's going to be fun. As for the Wide Wide World, I'm only going to talk about two things, and they're both wrestling related. I'm sorry.
So the obligatory, this is not a wrestling podcast.
It isn't. First and foremost, Triple H has officially retired from active competition.
Okay.
He had a health scare, feels like years ago now, but it was only like at the end of 2021. And he actually can't wrestle anymore. If he does, there's a good chance he just dies.
Oh boy.
It's the too long didn't read version of it, and as a wrestling fan, it's sad to hear because, you know, that dude's given a lot to the business. Like him or hate him, he's part of the history, and in 100 years' time, wrestling historians will probably go, yeah, Triple H, big name.
Yeah, totally.
But the more pressing news is this weekend, or this weekend just gone when you're actually listening to this podcast, it's going to be WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to watch it. I really don't care about wrestling at the moment.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm not interested in anything on the card. The only thing I'm vaguely interested in is as I want to see if Cody Rhodes does actually debut at WrestleMania, or re-debut, I should say, and see what gimmick he's rocking. Other than that, I don't really care. There's even a possibility he doesn't appear. He might not even be under contract. But all the dirt sheets say, yeah, he's signed and he's going to show up, so it'd be very surprising if it's not him involved in it at all. But yeah, that's about the only thing I'm interested in. I'll look it up on YouTube the following day because, again, not paying for it, don't really want to watch it. It's a long show and there's nothing on it that grips my interest. But yes, today, as I said, we're going to be watching Power Rangers Forever Red. It's an episode of Wild Force. I've never actually seen this episode. I know it involves all the Red Rangers ever appearing pre-Wild Force. So let's get into it, shall we, Rick?
Yep. I've also not seen the full episode, but I have seen the money shot. I think everyone has. So yeah, Wild Force, Power Rangers, episode 34, Forever Red. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Oh, bad CG is bad.
Man, the CG is better than it has been, though.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what Power Rangers it is, the theme tunes are always very annoyingly catchy.
Yeah. For context, we're coming off the back of watching the Iron Man CG.
Yeah, okay, it's better than that, but this is like 20 years after.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like the Zords are like fully CG modelled this time, rather than being toys.
Okay. Remember when we did Go Podcast Rangers?
Yeah.
We did an episode that was just just on theme tunes and opening. Damn, Toxica. Oh, sorry, got distracted. Focusing on the opening credits of every series, and I remember when they zoomed in on that ranger. I don't know his name. I've already forgotten it, but he just does that really weird, creepy smile at the camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so they got the weird thing. Oh, the Beetle. Is that the Beetle Bogs?
They do look like the Beetle Bogs. They can't be. They were from like Mighty Morphin days.
Yeah. Oh, so they're finding shit from Lord Zed. Oh yeah, it's Serpentera, ain't it?
Okay.
Yeah, Lord Zed had the massive Serpentera Zord.
Look at this. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is this the current Red Ranger, or is I feel like this is the Zeo one.
It's not the Zeo one, because that was Tommy. I think it's like one of the Space Rangers.
It's so... Why they got horses on the moon? This is a baffling shot. Oh, I guess he's Lost Galaxy then, I guess.
Yeah. So, I think they actually did the jingle from Lost Galaxy there.
Maybe so. I don't remember a lot of the jingles.
Da-da-da-da, Galaxy.
Oh. Yeah, Power Rangers. And then it pauses dramatically.
Yeah, good old Bulk and Skull.
Because I know in later series Bulk appears, but he appears without Skull, which is very odd.
Yeah, it's like Skull's nephew.
Hmm.
Oh, he's got his own bar now, so he's like the new Ernie.
Oh, no. Oh, look, it's Jason David Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, there he is.
It's not exactly bugging someone if it's a phone call for them. You know what I mean? It's not you doing the bugging, it's the person phoning up.
Why are they calling Tommy Sir? Like, they know him. They've known him for, like, 6 years.
Who knows? They got to show that he's, they got to show respect, that the respect has grown.
Mm-hmm. Gotta make it a Lightspeed rescue. But not the rest of the Rangers, they can fuck off.
Yeah, it's putting so much, like, emphasis on, Red is the best.
And, like, we only knew that later on because of the thing that it is. Like, back in the day, yeah, Jason was the Red Ranger and he was the leader, he had the best Zord. But then Tommy came along. He had the Dragon Zord, which was even better. And then he became the White Ranger, and then he became the leader as the White Ranger. Quantum Ranger. I thought the car was the Ranger.
Okay, no word of a lie, I fucking loved that dude as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I adored the Turbo Rangers in general, but this guy just oozed cool. This guy looks like an alien.
Yeah, I think he actually is. He's meant to be. Like, he's from one of the space places.
One of the space places. I get what you mean, it's just funny, that's all.
There's multiple space series, and yeah, he's one of the Space Rangers from one of the space series, and he replaces the original Red Ranger of that series, I believe.
There's the ad break. Sorry. His acting has not improved.
No.
Like, acting didn't matter in Power Rangers because it's aimed at kids and you just wanted to see the robots fight shit.
Yeah. And yeah, it baffles me how you don't care about mecha shows.
I think it's partly because of Power Rangers.
Well, because you got burnt out on Power Rangers.
I don't know, man. I just don't really care. Well, Power Rangers and Gundam.
Robot versus... Okay, I can kind of see it. Robot versus Robot is maybe not as interesting as Robot versus Kaiju, when the Kaiju is always the villain.
I don't know, man. In a lot of films, Mechagodzilla is the villain.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's because he's rooting for Godzilla. That's not because he's actually the bad guy.
came here for Godzilla is indeed a trope.
And yet Godzilla, the fucking first reboot movie that the rest did, was awful. But they fucked it up twice.
Yeah. Because they gave it a tiny Godzilla, and he wasn't fucking in it.
The tiny Godzilla was fine. No, well, okay, no. 1998 Godzilla was just trash. It wasn't a real Godzilla film. Even Japan went, no, this isn't Godzilla, fuck off. Yeah. It was so bad, it made Toho Studios make a new Godzilla film.
Yep.
But the one that came out before King of Monsters was fine, it's just they didn't show the kaijus enough. The King of Monsters came out, and it was mostly monsters fighting, and it was like, yes, this is great, and the critics shit on it, because it went, it was too much monster fighting. It's like, it's Godzilla, bitch!
Yeah, totally. Oh, Biker Ranger.
I assume it's going to be Tommy. No, Jason, whatever.
Yes, it should be Jason.
Sorry, I get confused, because as you saw with the Power Rangers Mighty Morphin episode we did, Jason David Frank is the actor for Tommy, except the character in the show is also called Jason, so sometimes I get confused.
Oh, that was a cute little line. Oh, look at his glee. He's actually happy to be here.
Yeah, my brother went to get an autograph from him when we went to MCM one time, and apparently he was a right miserable git.
Aw.
And I was just like, that's a shame. But I wonder how many people were just being dicks to him. Maybe that's what part of it was.
Yeah. Because he was also the Gold Ranger as well. He came back, so he's not, like, jaded by the series or anything.
I don't know, man. I watched Power Rangers Mighty Morphin, and then I moved straight to Turbo. I didn't watch the Zeo and the Lost, then the in-between shit where it was still technically Mighty Morphin, but with a different name.
Mm-hmm. Look at that JPEG.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then they can't possibly be the big bad Beetle Bogs, but boy, do they share a lot of design similarities.
Yeah, the little shitlings are like the putties from Zeo, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the villain from Zeo.
Sure.
So they kept his corpse just to rile up all the little shitling troops.
I mean, if it works.
Yeah. I think this is the Mystic something one.
Do you remember the Mystic Knights of Turn and Org?
I remember it being a thing. Oh, hello, Alpha.
Oh, it's
Alpha! Oh, he's got a voice as well.
I was genuinely expecting him to not to talk because they couldn't get the same person.
Yeah. But then again, like, they could just dub it over at any time, so...
True enough.
All they need is a short person to be Alpha, and then they just dub over it later.
Don't even need a person that short.
Yeah, because Alpha's like nearly everyone else's size.
R2-D2, he ain't.
No.
Oh, you don't fucking say.
Yeah, Jason knows it's Serpentera.
I didn't know Zed had a Zord.
Yeah, it was a Leviathan massive dragon.
A Chinese myth dragon as opposed to Tommy's westernized one.
Yeah, but it was from the Thunderzord era. So in the original show that the Thunderzords were taken from, it was like a force of nature. It wasn't like on either side or anything. Sometimes it helped the good guys, sometimes it fought against them. They took the footage of it trying to crush the Turtle Zord as a villain thing, and then ran with it, just made it into Lord Zed's personal thing. And then they wrote around it never fucking working, never having enough fuel or anything.
Sure. Hey, that was actually a good line read.
Yeah.
Why do they always start? Why do they always start unmorphed? Because the actors need to earn their payday, I guess.
Yeah, they start unmorphed and they start with the jobbers. They don't start with the actual villains.
To be fair, there's a lot of jobbers to take care of today.
Yeah, there are a lot of jobbers.
Here, look at this martial arts that looks flashy, but would actually be really shit in a real fight.
Yep. Especially since there's multiple ones of them waiting to come in and have a hit.
Oh, that's just fucking movie fighting anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only decent film where it's multiple opponents is probably Old Boy.
Okay, I've not seen that one.
There's a hallway scene which is just fucking perfection. That was dumb.
Just went into the fucking cupboard. Sorry, the desk.
I knew what you meant, dude. Like, this is wrestling. If you like this sort of combat, you should watch wrestling.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm basically waiting for this to finish so they can get to the Zord bit, and I don't even think they do the Zord bit in this one.
Oh, just straight up got a gun. Okay.
Yeah, why didn't he use that to be... Oh, no, okay. Because if he uses it, then they use theirs.
Did you see two people literally just fall down without anything happening to them?
Yeah, that's normal. Reminds me a bit of... there's a scene in the middle new Star Wars, the last one that you watched, where Rey clearly misses a parry, and the guy has to twirl to miss a perfect hit, so that he doesn't fuck up the choreography.
As if they can't just film again.
Well, there were so many people that they probably just didn't want to.
Look, Lord of the Rings they would have filmed again.
Yeah, they would.
Like, did they just forget he had a whole team of dudes with him?
And the last guy. The only one... Oh, okay, he's now... Okay, there's two of them now morphed.
Why do you keep saying, hold on? I can't remember your names.
Thank you, Rangers. Don't know who the fuck you are. Some of them just don't show up unmorphed.
Okay, pay real attention to the one who's only been morphed, because that means they couldn't get the actor back.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, this is the money shot.
Zeo Ranger 5 red.
I used to love the fucking key into the fucking morpher. I don't know why.
I like the one where it's like a little toy that they put into the morpher.
To be fair, that's the only toy I ever had from Power Rangers that I actually got as a child when it was relatively new, was the one where you dial in the numbers.
Okay.
I fucking love that thing.
Yeah, this guy looks like he's actually ready for combat even without morphing.
He looks like he's a Jean-Claude Van Damme fanboy.
And I guess these two are from the same team. Yeah, okay. It's the one time that the extra ranger was also red.
Weird, but okay.
Oh, he's the alien ranger, okay.
Well, they couldn't be asked to do his makeup then.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the money shot. That's going to be the shot for the fucking timed episode part.
Yeah, the alien rangers were from the they used the ninja costumes, but they were from the ninja rangers time. They ran out of things that they could do without putting the Power Rangers in, so they brought in some new rangers to be new costumes.
That's fair. Man, it's very odd seeing the Power Rangers outnumber the enemy.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that shit?
Yeah, wire fighting team.
So the implication is that if you're a Power Ranger, you stay a Power Ranger even after your show ends.
Yeah, apparently. Until Zordon dies, I think every season of Power Rangers, the new Rangers are just that much stronger because the morphin grid has just grown and evolved to that degree.
Power Rangers lore is weird.
Yeah, it is. Because they all when it went on for more than one season, they had to just retroactively write things. he gained height as he was fucking
Don't think about
reeling.
it. That's some fucking real anime shit.
Yep.
So many unnecessary backflips there. You stay behind me with my sword. You shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah, hide behind me and my sword, yeah. Oh, that one's got a rapier.
Yeah, except he's using it like a longsword.
Yeah. I guess it's like a pirate cutlass, maybe, that's just happens to be straight.
So not a pirate cutlass at all then, really?
Yeah, but it's got a basket hilt. Yeah, it's a basket hilted longsword, I guess.
Yeah, but now he's got two. I don't know what's going on. Oh, he's got rapier and a longsword. I guess they just forgot which one was which while doing the choreography.
Yeah.
There's no need to do rolls between cover, guys. It doesn't give you iframes in real life.
Especially when you're just trading cover. And he's doing for the front flip. Okay, I appreciate that it was cool, but it's silly.
It's wrestling. Like
Yeah. Yeah. And the guy just keeps shooting above the other guy while knowing that he's elsewhere.
Okay. What?
Yeah, you got the backdrop of the Spirit of the Earth.
I guess that's his super mega attack that instantly kills everything, but only like 60% of the time.
Yeah, only at the end of the episode. And only in episodes where he gets to use it. Man, this scenery reminds me of Quasar. It was a Laser Quest type thing that used to go
I'm vaguely familiar.
Yeah. You know
My
what
God,
I mean,
that
though,
sword
right?
looks shit.
It looked way better in the original.
In the amount of time it took you to say all this, you could have done it. Oh, we've got to make sure that the new guy's gear looks better than everyone else's.
Yeah, because that's the one that's been actually animated within this show's budget, and they get to reuse shit that they've already done.
Also, it's not selling too well. We really need the kids to buy it.
Yeah.
That CG is it's slightly better than Iron Man, and that's bad considering the amount of time between this and Iron Man.
Yeah. Like, the further away it gets, it's like, oh man. It's meant to be way longer as well.
Yeah, you said it was meant to be a Leviathan class or something, right?
Yeah, like, it can crush the Turtlezord, which is meant to be the thing that makes things into the Ultrazord under 1 foot.
Okay, bullshit. Maybe it's not at full power or some bullshit.
Yeah, it's like being able to get an Ultrazord under 1 foot should make you fucking massive.
I guess that attack really does... What? Okay.
Yeah,
Not much to say, really, is there?
Yeah, my head is just doing a what?
This feels like a circle jerk.
Looking at the amount of time we got left on the episode, yes, it seems to have been a circle jerk. Everyone nods.
When are we going to get Forever Pink? Or is that name already trademarked by some kind of porno?
It does sound like a specific special edition of Bad Dragon.
Wow.
Bad Dragonzord.
Fuck you!
I mean, that's just the fucking thing's tail, isn't it?
I don't want part of this conversation.
Yeah, they're all measuring dicks.
Yeah. I did this, not me and my team. They're all dickheads.
Yep.
Is that the end of the episode? Yeah, cool, great. That was, the fuck?
These are, yeah, okay, apparently one of the villains is getting fired.
Why would you fire her? She is by far the cutest.
I think this might actually be the start of her face turn at the end of the series.
Okay, I've definitely had that fantasy.
Or getting kidnapped by someone who's not actually evil.
No, those two characters grappling in a more intimate setting. My brain works in a magical way. I'll just leave it that way. Okay, we're on credits. I gotta be honest with you. Wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it was basically a lot of setup for a couple of money shots. I think there was the one money shot of all the Rangers together, and the other money shot of Jason and Tommy having like a raised handshake, you know?
Yeah. I get... Oh, Toei. Didn't know Toei had a hand in Power Rangers.
Yeah, I think they might have been the ones that owned the original Sentai stuff, weren't they?
That kind of makes sense, because I feel like their booth is always the one selling Power Rangers merchandise. But yeah, that was Power Rangers Wild Force Forever Red.
Yeah.
We're not going to touch on Wild Force and the weird fantasies that I conjured up at the end there, because I actually don't know that much about Wild Force. I don't remember fuck all. It was past my time. However, as an individual episode, Rick, what did you think?
It was Power Rangers. It was, the value that anyone can get from it is directly proportional to the number of series that they've watched, and of the ones that were available, I'd seen basically 3, and one of them didn't actually come unmorphed. So, yeah, I saw the first 3 guys, and everything else was just, this is washing over me. But yeah, how about you?
Yeah, it's very much a nostalgia kick, and I'm pretty sure that back in the day, they were hyping up the episode before it came out. It's like, Forever Red, all the Red Rangers ever! And I'm sure some relapsed fans, or even casual fans from back in the day would have been like, yeah, that might be cool. And I've got to be honest with you, if you're looking at it purely from nostalgia goggles, I have no doubt that this episode is great.
Yeah. Well, other than the fact that everything that we pointed out during the episode that was wrong with it is still wrong with it. The CGI isn't great.
Do not underestimate the ability of nostalgia goggles.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was more or less our brief thoughts. Let's get into dishing out rewards. Rick, favourite moment?
Favourite moment was actually the Tommy and Jason handshake, because, like, if it weren't for the Ultimate Red Ranger explosion behind the thing money shot, I think that would have also been the money shot from our generation. So yeah, that was my favourite moment. How about you?
It was certainly the most nostalgic moment for the pair of us, because I think Mighty Morphin was the definitive Power Rangers for, well, us growing up. I'm just going to be a bit different, and it was very fun just to see, because my favourite part of a Power Rangers episode is always the morphing sequence.
Yes.
Almost always, and it was very fun to see all the different ones lined up one after the other. So that's getting my favourite moment. But of course, we can't only talk about what we enjoyed about the episode, we do have to dwell a bit on the negatives. So to that end, Rick, do you have a weakest link for me, buddy?
My weakest link is that they killed Serpentera with a bike.
Yeah, again, you were bigging up that Zord that I knew nothing about, and if this being my main context and only context, didn't look like shit.
Yeah, they turned something that was meant to be the Death Star of Power Rangers into an absolute jobber that got taken down by a bike. While this is the equivalent of flying a land speeder into the main beam of the Death Star and killing it through the main beam.
But could it not be argued that this version of Serpentera was a weakened version that had not yet grown to full capacity or something? Because that seems to be what the angle they were going for.
Yeah, I think they'd not finished fueling it or whatever, so that's why the main beam didn't do anything, but it's still shit. Like,
I agree with you, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
But yeah, that's my weakest link. And the fact that, you know, they didn't actually bring out any proper Zords, they just brought out a fucking bike.
Yeah.
Man, how cool would it have been if they've clutched together a ultra red Ultra Zord of all the Red Ranger things?
Rick, that would have been very cool, however, that would have taken effort.
And design. But yeah, how about you? What was your weakest link?
There wasn't a real reason for this episode to exist other than fan service, and as interesting as a concept as it was, the episode as a standalone thing, without that nostalgia powering me, because it really didn't through this episode, it was shit. There's no nice way to put it. And I've got to be honest with you, Power Rangers acting, as we've learnt from many an episode that we've watched now, is very subpar.
Yeah, because they were all non-union actors because they could be paid less.
I also think they were paid more for being able to do the flip-de-doos rather than their acting ability.
Yeah, they're basically gymnasts who get put in costumes and get given names.
Like, for real, you could just, like, hire any random luchador in the world and they could even do a better job of the choreography.
Yeah, but then you have to pay them to not be a luchador where they make better money.
Fucking hire Ricochet. Anyway, yeah, that was the negatives. Rick, it might be a struggle, it might be very easy. I have no idea how your mind works, so let's get to it. Do you have an MVP?
The MVP for me is a bit meta. For me, the MVP is nostalgia.
Rick, what the fuck am I meant to use as an image for that?
the whole episode was playing on nostalgia. It relied on your knowledge to function as a form of entertainment. Without that, it's shit, like you say. So it's basically an entirely subjective episode, like I said before, but now I'm codifying it as the MVP. And yeah, it's a subjective thing. And yeah, apologies for there not being a great picture to take from it. But how about you? What was your MVP?
I'll give it to Tommy. Fuck it.
Sure. Because it does seem like he's the one that brought most of them together.
He seems to be the glue, and I don't particularly like Jason David Frank that much as a person, because he comes off as a bit of a knob. You know, unfortunately, the truth is he was definitely the best actor in this show.
Yeah.
Actually, I tell a lie. I think Bulk and Skull probably better, but he's the best Power Ranger actor in this show. Like, there's a reason why he's been in, like, I feel like he's been in like 5 teams at this point, because he was in the Dino Rangers as well as like the Black Ranger or something.
Yeah,
stupid.
he was their Zordon, and then he was like, fuck it, you need another Ranger. Okay, I'll unearth this morpher and join you.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's not bad for an episode we had to pull out of our arse. So all that's left to say really is thanks for watching. As always, we're happy to have maintained your interest for this length of time. If you enjoyed what you saw, we've got the comment section down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube but listening via one of our many audio platforms, you can send us an email. Where they send email to, Rick?
That would be nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yes. And that's it for us today. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week where we have an actual plan. And yeah, keep yourselves safe and keep yourselves happy, guys.
Bye!